The Broncos are on the way to Minnesota for a date with the unbeaten Vikings. This is a huge test for the defense. Denver faces one of the best passing games in football. The Broncos need to give Randy Moss something to think about. If Moss watched tape of Broncos safety Nick Ferguson, he'll be thinking, all right, this guy can hit. Strong safety Nick Ferguson is waiting to find out if he will be a little lighter in the wallet after this big hit on Steelers tight end Jay Reamersma.
I don't play this game to try to hurt people. It was just me trying to be aggressive and do what I'm paid to do, make plays.
Ferguson's hit brings back memories of Illinois Kennedy's blow to Dolphins wide receiver Chris Chambers last season.
You don't think, you just react. You know, you can't think, because if you're thinking, well, I'm going to hurt somebody, you may end up hurting yourself. It's not like it's the Matrix where you see a guy, he's in a vulnerable position, and you can stop and wait.
But Ferguson is waiting for the word, and he says he shouldn't be fined if the NFL uses this standard.
Whether it was intentional or not, that's the difference. If you knew that a guy was vulnerable and you went out and intentionally tried to hurt someone.
Now let's talk about the offense. Plummer is out. The offensive burden may rest in the hands of Clint Portis. Portis was shut down by the Steelers last week, and he says he can't carry the team on his own.
The whole team got to take that role as being leaders. You know, you have Rod, you have Shannon, Eddie Mack, Ashley, myself, House. I mean, everybody got to step up their game. You know, I can't go out and win the game by myself.
The Avs have the night off. Colorado pays a visit to Edmonton tomorrow. Colorado beat up on the Wild last night 5-2. How about some college hockey? George Gwozdecky and DU hosting Northeastern, game tied at 1. No more in the first. That's Jeff Drummond giving DU a 2-1 lead. Let's move on to the second period. Game tied at 2. Nice play here by the Pioneers. Lucas Dora, a great feed to Usay Halame, and Halame puts the 11th-ranked Pioneers up 3-2. DU wins 5-2. Baseball, Marlins and Yankees. Everyone outside Miami and New York wanted a Cubs-Red Sox series. What a storybook fall classic that would have been. But the Marlins have their own story. Keep in mind, Florida fired manager Jeff Torborg back in May when the team was just 19-21. 72-year-old manager Jack McKeon took over the Fish, and they started jumping. Florida had the best record in baseball after McKeon took over as manager. Now they're headed to the World Series. And as for the Yankees, here we go again. New York goes for its 5th World Series title in the last 8 seasons. A mismatch?
No one said we couldn't beat the Giants. We did that. We didn't have a chance against the Cubs with Terry Wood and Pryor. We accomplished that feat. And this is the next level.
You know, being the favorite, we certainly don't feel that we can assume we have that edge and it means anything to them. You know, if we felt that they were intimidated, sure, I love the edge, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Marlins have a puncher's chance in this series.
Yeah. We'll see.
Thanks, Ty.
Let's go back live to downtown Denver and Fox 31's Ty Ray tonight. And Ty, are we any closer to knowing what caused last night's accident?
Libby, in a word, no. The words "I don't know" were commonly used today at a Rockies news conference here at Coors Field.
Bodies are hitting each other left and right. All I can think was, oh my God.
Today, Rockies officials were looking for answers and for words.
Our number one concern is for our guests that were injured last night.
A day after 32 fans were injured when the C-section Coors Field escalator accelerated, investigators are still trying to find out what happened.
We did expect maybe to see something, but everything is fully intact. The gears look there and 100% where everything belongs, so that's why it's puzzling for us.
The investigation into last night's accident will be concluded sometime next week. Until then, the escalators are off limits, and Rockies fans here at Coors Field will have to use the stairs and the ramps. Last night's accident wasn't the first one this baseball season involving a Coors Field escalator. On May 24th, the E-section escalator came to a sudden stop.
On May 24th, after the game, as guests were exiting, that escalator stopped. About a half a dozen people or so were injured.
All 7 Coors Field escalators are serviced and maintained by a branch of Kone Incorporated, located in Wood.
We are participating in the investigation. Of course, we have a process that we use.
But Moore was not aware of the May 24th incident.
I was not aware of that, and I'm trying to track that information down.
Ron and Libby, one side note to this story. About an hour ago, I found out that a Dallas television station is reporting that the aforementioned Kone Incorporated also services a certain escalator that accelerated in Dallas last week, also throwing riders into a pile. Now, is there a connection between what happened here at Coors Field and in Dallas? We don't know, pending that report coming out next week. Ron, Libby, back to you.
Thanks, Ty. Ty Ray live in downtown Denver.
And Ty joins us live now from High Corbett Field. And Ty, things are going to be a little bit different under Clint Hurdle this year.
Oh yeah, Clint Hurdle is laying down the law. Everyone is accountable. There's a new sheriff in town this spring training. All things being equal, Rockies manager Clint Hurdle says this season will be different in the clubhouse.
There's no superstars in heaven. One of the points I made too. So I don't know where we hand out accolades down here. I'd like to be treated the same. We're on a team, and I've been in places where it hasn't been that way. But we need to do things differently than we've done them in the past.
Larry Walker and Todd Helton are in the Rockies' future, and both are on board with Hurdle's philosophy.
You got a responsibility to be a leader, and every guy in this clubhouse is a leader. So I think it's responsible for everybody to go out there, do their job, work their ass off, and get what needs to be done every day.
I think a team takes the shape of its manager, and Clint has definitely set a good tone.
Denny Nagel was on the trading block and said to the bullpen last year, he knows all about sacrificing for the good of the team.
It comes down to one simple thing, and that's you're getting paid to do a job, and that job is to go out there and perform at this level, no matter if you're coming out of the rotation or if you're coming out of the bullpen, if you're a pinch hitter.
It's not only time to be good on the field, but time to make good with Rockies fans.
The accountability and responsibility factor is there. Not only do they got to be the best that they can be, they owe it to their teammates. They owe it to the people they're working for. They owe it to the fans of Denver.
And the Rockies need to do something. Season ticket sales are way down. Colorado trying to rehabilitate its image. David?
Ty, I saw Larry Walker in your piece there, and he was nearly traded in the offseason to Arizona for Matt Williams. What's his attitude been so far?
Larry said he didn't listen to the rumors, and he certainly didn't listen to us.
I hate the media. That's gets you in trouble. Things get twisted around, and I watched that Michael Jackson interview last night, and I'm going, man, I relate with you, brother. It's right there, and so many things get taken out of hand, and you can't do nothing about it. You ask me a question, I'll answer it, but depending how you roll it, could make me look like a real bad guy, and so that's just the way it's been. So I prefer not to really deal with it.
Well, it's nice to know Larry Walker watches Fox programming in his spare time. Larry Walker, Michael Jackson, what a combo for dinner guests, David.
I agree, Ty. I don't quite see that combination either.
Justin Spire will be the new man on the hill for Colorado.
I think I'm the only active player that actually was in the military, as far as I know.
Rockies relief pitcher Justin Spire joined the Marine Reserves when he was 17, right before the first Gulf War.
At 17 years old, I wanted to instill some discipline, and I definitely wanted the challenge of getting through Marine Corps boot camp. I mean, it's everything Full Metal Jacket was.
Making it through the Corps still remains Justin's greatest accomplishment.
I play Major League Baseball, and when I walked across that parade deck in my dress blues and graduated as a United States Marine, I felt more accomplishment and more pride than I did when I made it to the major leagues in baseball. Once you're a Marine, you're always a Marine. There's no ex-Marine.
Justin has a close eye on his brothers fighting right now in Iraq.
I served with a lot of Marines that are over there. On opening day, we had all the service people out, and we had the F-16 fly over, and that was a really special day for me. I shook as many service people's hand and said, thanks for protecting freedom. Thanks for serving our country.
Spire is impressed with how easily coalition forces toppled the Hussein regime.
It's like our Major League Baseball team playing the Little League game. We have the best military in the world, and it's, when that F-16 flew over on opening day, I felt safe.
Justin says he and his Rockies teammates are grateful for that feeling.
There's a certain respect amongst our team for people who are serving in the military, because we get to do this great thing and come out on a 75-degree day and go play a kids game. And the reason why we're able to do that is because people are fighting for our freedom right now.